Okay, Coach, whenever you're ready.
Thank you very much, Coach. I appreciate another opportunity to address the audience of Coaches-Clinic.com. The two-level defense is something that I've been using ever since the original textbook came out on it in 1988. I saw a notice for that textbook. I bought the book. It was mailed to me in Melbourne, Australia, where I was living and working at the time. And I very literally have not used any basic defensive system but the 2LD since then. It's that complete of a solution for defensive coaches. It offers end zone to end zone system defense. You make a few changes depending on where you are in the field in certain circumstances, but for the most part, you can play the same basic system from one end of the field to the other, whether you're facing a double tight, double wing power offense, whether you're facing a 5-wide empty spread, or whether you're facing anything in between. If it's option based, if it's power based, if it's based on deception and series football like the wing T, the 2LD offers better and more solutions, quite frankly, than anything else that I've ever used. And I've made myself familiar with quite a few defensive systems over the years. I've kept up on what's current for obvious reasons, because you have to, because you're going to be facing those systems when you're running on offense, if no other reason. So I know a pretty good bit about 4-2-5 and 3-stack, odd stack defensive looks. And some of the things that they do in those systems have over the years been incorporated into the two-level defense, which frankly, when it came out, didn't really contemplate anything wilder than the sort of run and shoot from a 2x2, what we'd now call a flexbound formation, and the base two-level defense, which is a 5 defensive linemen, 5 second-level players, and 1 deep safety. That 5-5-1 was more than adequate for attacking the run and shoot. It was certainly more than adequate for attacking the more conventional offenses or defenses of the day, offenses of the day. But as things have sort of opened up over the years, as the rules have changed, as things have got more sophisticated in a way, the two-level defense has grown with that and also in its own way become more sophisticated. So I'm going to talk you through the basics of the system to begin with, but I'm going to try and leave a lot of time to talk about adaptations to the modern offensive systems, to the zone read, to the run pass option that's become so prevalent in football. And I'm going to do that in a way that hopefully makes you understand just how flexible this system is. So without any further ado, I'll start the slideshow and we'll go through, again, what amount to the basics of the two-level defense, basically the end zone to end zone parts, starting with installing as a 5-5-1 system and taking it from there into the more sort of esoteric, the more modern permutations of offensive football, and the way that the 2LD can keep up and in fact, shut down all of them if you take full advantage of its power. So let's go to slide number 2, which is basically telling how this system works. The original, again, was a 5-5-1, 5 defensive linemen, 5 second-level players who are both defensive backs and linebackers, and then a safety placed between 25 and 30 yards deep at high school level or above. I generally say 28 yards because that's where the deep safety was originally stationed when it was originated in Canada back in the late 1970s. But again, the thing it does offer you is goal line to goal line continuity. It means you don't have to change into a goal line defense or even a short yardage defense, depending on the situation that you're facing. The 2LD is a complete package, and it will allow you to adapt yourself to any of those situations. It was a Canadian coach by the name of Dr. John Thompson, who was the head football coach at Queen's University in Ontario, Canada. And he was facing some real problems with the packages that he was using, because the run and shoot, quite frankly, was tearing him up on defense. The idea of basing a passing offense on the short passing game, making quick passes to wide receivers, and then just keeping running down the field because there wouldn't be a defender anywhere near them, while simultaneously threatening 4 verticals on every single play. You've got 2 split ends and 2 slot backs that can just head out deep, on any given play. The ability to both defend against the 4 verts threat and to shut down the short passing game threat in particular was what occupied the mind of Coach Thompson. And his solution to that's Richardson Stadium, home of the Queen's University Golden Gales. He had to face the same team 3 times in one season that played the run and shoot. And again, they beat him like a drum the first time. And the second time, he started to see that there were a few things that you could do to sort of mess with that particular offensive system, but you needed more flexibility than was built into his normal system.